Okay, when I introduce you, I'm gonna say, this is a friend of mine. That means you're a connected guy. Now, if I said instead, this is a friend of ours, that would mean you were a made guy. Capiche?
Yeah, friend of mine, friend of ours. Yeah. What do I call you, friend of ours? Or...
Keep your fucking mouth shut about me.
Welcome back to New Bits with Vac and Vinnie. I'm Vinnie.
I'm Vac.
How you doing? Thanks
Good,
for giving
bud.
us another shot, right, Vac?
Yeah, man. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for coming back, giving us another shot. If this is your first time listening to the podcast, Greg Vaccarillo and myself, we're comedians. We have ideas for jokes. We're going to work them out, bouncing the ideas back and forth off of each other. Hopefully, we come up with something we can bring to stage, and then we're going to record it, and we're going to bring it back to the podcast. That's the idea, right, Vac?
That's the idea. And hopefully, we can record it at a quality enough level that we can play it on the podcast so people can hear how it goes. That could be tough sometimes.
Absolutely.
We don't always have access to a nice recording system at the club or the theater, wherever we are. And like I tape my shows on my phone.
Yeah.
Sometimes, but the idea is that we learn from it.
Yes.
And we try to get new material. I'm working on the garbage men bit. I've been doing it. Even
that's great.
I'm working with Al Romas. He goes, "Is that new?" I go, "Yeah, I'm working on it from the podcast." He goes, "Okay, great." Yeah. So I'm working on the garbage men bit, which is interesting though, because for people to listen to that podcast, Vinny, where we talked about my garbage men, the garbage cans and all that.
Yeah, I like that one.
I've done that 4 or 5 times maybe since we talked. I have them all recorded. And what I'm finding, Vinny, is that I originally saw it as garbage men. We don't have garbage men anymore. I think the best material was coming from the fact that we used to have garbage cans.
Yeah.
Versus the trash receptacles and the trash bins.
Yeah, if you live in West Palm.
Yeah. I think that is getting a better response than we don't have garbage men anymore.
Yeah.
I think it's the cans, the plastic, the old, we talked about that. But the old cans are all dented and rotten. We had to hose them out. They were dead cockroaches. I mean, and all that versus now with the receptacles on wheels.
Yeah.
And it's that portion of it that's getting a better response.
Yeah.
I may or may not even talk about the garbage men. The only thing when I talk about the garbage men, if you remember, I talked about how they would take the lid off the can and throw it.
Yeah.
Like they were in the Olympic discus throwing team.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Now here's something. Here's how this works, everybody, in case you don't know. I think you'll get a kick out of this, Vinny. I say, oh yeah, they throw the lid of the can like the Olympic discus throwing champion, and it landed on the neighbor's roof.
Yeah,
okay. So I'm working with Al Romas.
Nice.
Okay?
Funny
Great
guy.
comic.
Yeah.
And he sent me a quick text. He's watching the set, sent me a quick message saying it landed on the roof like a pizza box in Breaking Bad.
Oh.
Remember that episode?
Yes.
Remember that?
Yes, I do.
It might be a tad obscure for some people,
but whoever gets that, it's gonna be gold.
It's gonna be gold
to them. They remember that episode. Yeah,
absolutely. I
love that stuff.
Yeah,
I love that stuff.
That's another benefit to what we're doing. It's like when you have a comic like Al, who's such a great act and a great guy. On top of that, and he sees that you're working on something.
Yeah,
he wrote it down. Now he also I don't want to go too off topic, but I also was doing some bits I've done many times that he's seen me do many times. And he said, "How come you changed that?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" There's a line I do in my act. I talk about having to get a new I have to get a new doctor. My old doctor dumped me, so I have to get a new doctor. And my new doctor's gorgeous. She's gorgeous, like
Oh, nice.
So I would say, so my old doctor dumped me. It was horrible. I had to find a new doctor. I picked her at random. Boom. She walks in the exam room. She's gorgeous. And I used to say it like that. I go, folks, there's a silver lining everywhere. My new doctor's hot. She's gorgeous. Like, I didn't even know I said it like that, but I go, she's gorgeous.
Yeah,
and,
that's great.
The other night I went, she's gorgeous. And I was like, no,
you got to do it the other way.
No, when you go, she's gorgeous, it just adds to it. So I went,
heck yeah.
I didn't even know either A, that I would stop doing it that way, or B, for whatever reason on that show, I did it that way. And he put a stop to it. It was like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
You have to say she's gorgeous.
It's funny. Sounds funny.
This is what you get when you work with comics and
taping your show. Your show, you get to see, oh, I made a mistake there. I didn't, if you're able to get it off the phone and figure that technology out, then definitely let's get a look at it, because hey, we promised people that are listening to the podcast that we're going to show them some stuff. Let's do that. I mean,
yes.
Unfortunately, I'm working with a clean act, and been just working on stuff that I can't do in front of him. I have another idea that I wanted to work on now. Is the same thing, but we will get this stuff to you people so you can watch it fly or die, because that was one of the things that Greg and I said, that's gonna make this this podcast unique, among other things, you and I working out bits. So you said you're out at sea now.
I am out at sea.
Okay.
We left the Bahamas yesterday afternoon.
Yeah.
And we're heading down to a private island. We'll be there tomorrow morning early.
Yeah.
We'll be there all day, and then we leave, and 2 days back up to Bayonne, New Jersey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got to get back on them ships. It's tough. It's tough with 3 young kids, but I'll get back on there eventually. I did that for a summer, man, and it was just a great time.
Yeah.
A great time, because, and at that time I was working the clubs pretty regularly. So I'd get on the boat. I'd be out for 3 days. Remember they used to do fly-ons, fly-offs. I'd be on the boat for 3 days. I'd get off the boat in Tampa, and I'd fly back home to Atlanta, get in my car and drive up to North Carolina to do a club for the weekend, drive home maybe for 1 day, get back on the boat and do it all over again. It was cool. It was cool. I was getting 2 paychecks
in 1 week.
In 1 week. It was great.
Yeah. You were working comedian, man.
Yeah, full time. Those were the glory days in my life when it comes to comedy. When it comes to comedy.
Because we know with the 3 kids is the glory day.
Right.
Come on.
Okay, so I got this. I know last week I said I was gonna do that exercise bit, but Greg, I know this happens to you. It happens to me a lot. I come up with this idea and and I forget that I even had it, and then it comes back around. It's like Haley's Comet in my head,
Yeah.
So today I'm going around, I'm running errands, and I went and it just circled in front of my brain, and I go, oh man, I've been wanting to, get this bit on stage, never been able to get it on stage. Let me talk about it with Greg and see if it's funny, first of all. Second of all, if you can if there's anything there to be punched up or anything like that.
Okay.
So
was this the tweet you sent out?
What's that?
Did you tweet about it today?
Tweet about the joke?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
Those are just random thoughts that pop into my head too.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you want to flip the coin? We go with the coin.
Go ahead, start.
So it's our gimmick, right? Yeah.
That's our gimmick. All right, let's do it.
Okay, heads or tails?
Tails.
Tails, there it is. All right. It's tails. Okay, I got a nickel this time, and it's the what's on the nickel? Is that the Washington Monument? I can't see. Anyway, it's tails. I promise it's a real coin, Greg.
I don't trust you, Vinny. All right.
What you got?
Okay, so there's a couple things that I've kind of wanted to, that I think I can do more with. And I feel like I have a really good premise and idea. I throw out a line, and I feel like I get but I feel like there is more there. Does it make sense?
You broke up a little bit through that right there.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
rough when you
sorry,
break
'cause I
up
know
through
you.
the. It's rough when you break up during the explanation. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So, all right. So I've been doing this joke about I used to be a school teacher, which is true. And years ago, and I had to stop because I couldn't take the parents.
Okay.
And so basically the way the joke would be like I couldn't understand how so many parents were so oblivious about their own kids. Like so the joke could just go, well, you know, the mother would say, not my Steven. Yes, you're fucking Steven. Yes, your Steven tried to start a fire in the gymnasium. We have him on video admitting, hi, Mom, it's me, Steven. I tried to start a fire in a gymnasium. I go, well, you know, why is my Steven failing your class? You know, Steven is stupid. Don't you know this? He tried to start a fire with water and a match. Okay. It gets a laugh. Some of the things about Steven is stupid. Ooh, but I just feel, Vinny, like there's more there
I think so.
about parents being oblivious about their kids,
Yeah.
or about, you know, I don't want to sound like an old man, but I used to teach in my old high school, the high school I went to,
Oh man.
and the junior high school I went to, and I did that for a year, and then I started doing comedy regularly, so I just started substitute teaching, still back in my old schools.
I used to
And
substitute teach.
yeah,
Yeah.
I thought so.
Yeah.
And it's just it being back in my old school. I don't know whether I was more frustrated because things were different. Because when I went to school, the teachers ran the school.
Oh yeah.
We had to freaking listen, man,
Oh yeah.
no matter what.
Yeah.
And I started teaching there, and the kids ran the school. It's like I got screwed on both ends of this deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like there's more there for me to explore
Yeah.
about being back in my old high school and still getting told what to do.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely that. But what first came to my head when
Mhm.
you started talking about little Steven was the mother going, well, not my Steven. And what immediately came to my head was there should be maybe like three examples of that. So you said you start a fire, not my Steven. Yeah, you're Steven. And then what did you say? You said something like, yeah, that was your Steven. Yeah. And then yeah, and then he cut Sally's ponytail and he threw it in the trash. Not my Steven. Yeah, you're Steven.
Yeah.
Does he wearing a shirt that says Steven on the back? Yeah, the red shirt that says Steven. Yeah, you're Steven. You know?
Okay.
And then he went into the lunchroom and he broke into the freezer and he started eating all the ice cream. Not my Steven. Yeah, you're Steven. He's 80 pounds overweight. He's got the yeah, that's your Steven, right? Yeah, that was the Steven.
Okay. So not my Steven. Start a fire.
That's what immediately came to my head. It's just like a series of those. And I don't know. Yeah, you're Steven.
Yeah, he cuts it. Okay, that's interesting, Vinny, because I didn't think about that. So, well, not my Steven. Yes, you're fucking Steven. He tried to start a fire in the gymnasium.
Yeah.
We have him on video.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's me, you're Steven.
Yeah.
Trying to start a fire in the gymnasium.
He did a TikTok vlog about it. Like, here it is. Here's the TikTok. And he started a fire in the gymnasium. Not my Steven. Yeah, is this your Steven?
Is this your Steven? His handle is yes, it's your Steven.
Yeah.
This is your Steven.
Yeah. My name's Steven99. There it is.
With your picture in as his profile pic. Yeah, it's your Steven.
Yeah.
And maybe the next one would be okay, whatever. He tried to cut Sally's ponytail. Well, not my Steven. Yes, he tried to cut Sally's ponytail.
Yeah.
How could we catch it?
Yeah, he's wearing a red shirt. It says Steven on the back. Yeah, that's Steve.
Okay. Wearing a red shirt. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
A red shirt that says Steven.
Yeah, it says Steven in the back. Yeah, that's your Steven.
It's maybe it says you're Steven.
Yeah, yeah,
The shirt
yeah,
even says you're
and
Steven.
I don't know, Greg. I mean, surely, if you think about this, you could probably come up with think about your time as a teacher, and you can think about the bad things that kids did. And I'm just off the top of my head, like another one. He goes, yeah, yeah, and then he broke into the cafeteria. And started eating all the ice cream. Not my Steven. Yeah, you're Steven. Yeah, he's 80 pounds overweight. He's got chocolate all over his face. Yeah, you're Steven. That was your Steven. Yeah,
You're Steven. Yes, that's him. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Broke it. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Good.
And then
I knew there was more there.
Yeah. Never thought I'd have to argue with a parent about who their kid is, what their kid is, and yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna try and work that.
Yeah.
This
But
week.
I think that's hilarious that you went to the school and then you came back as a teacher and you got told what to do by the teachers, and now you're getting told by the students. There is definitely something there.
Yeah, because I feel like that was it. Like
Oh,
I
yeah.
went there the whole time for years, how to listen and obey and follow orders. Okay, good. Now I'm going back as a teacher. I'm in charge. You find out the kids are in charge.
Yeah.
The parents will tell you they're going to call their lawyer, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I wonder, I don't know, buddy. This just occurred to me, and it might, I don't know. Sometimes these things, they occur to you. It sounds funny in your head and it's not. But what if, now I come back, and after you do the whole thing with, Steven, yeah, you're Steven. And then you go, yes. And, the funny thing about me being a teacher is I used to go to that school, and now I'm a teacher there, and things have changed because back when I was in the teachers were in charge. Now the kids are in charge. So, I'm talking to these kids and I'm going, and I'm going, yeah, your mom said she's going to be late picking you up. Not my mom. Yeah, your mom. She just called me.
Oh, maybe flip it a little bit.
Yeah, flip it a little bit. I don't know. That just like popped into my head. Like, what if it flipped? You tell the story. Yeah, now the kids are in charge. They're telling us what to do.
Okay.
I don't know. Just first thing that popped into my head.
Not my. Oh, your mom is going to be. Oh, that's right.
Your mom's gonna. Listen, your mom called. She's gonna be about a half hour late picking you up. Not my mom. Yes, your mom. I just talked to her. Is this your mom? Is your mom? Blah blah blah. Susie. Susie Goldstein. Whatever. Yeah, that's your mom, Steve.
That's your mom, Steven.
Yeah, that's your mom, Steven.
That is so. That's great. Like now the kids are going. Not my mom. Yes,
yeah,
your mom.
Not your mom. Yeah.
All right.
Listen, your mom. Listen, your mom. You gotta. Your mom said you're not allowed to go to the field trip. Not my mom. Yeah, your mom. You're gonna have to stay at home with your mom. You can't go on a field trip. I don't know. Yeah.
Your mom called and said you can't go on a field trip tomorrow. Not my mom. Yes, your mom.
Yes, your mom.
Is this her phone number? I just spoke with
her. Yeah, I just spoke with her. Guess who else said? Your dad. Not my dad. Yes, your dad.
My dad. Which one? I have.
There you go.
My real dad, my stepdad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's good. So now that makes me feel good because I always felt like there was a little something there, Vinny, and I don't know, just whatever. Now I feel like I got a little something to add to it. If you can get a joke that's a minute long and you're getting a couple laughs, and you can extend that to 1:30 and get laughs.
Absolutely.
I mean, why not do it?
Why not?
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. What do you got? Okay, so this, like I said, this is, believe it or not, Greg, I came up with this almost 2 years ago. And I always wanted to do it on stage. And the only reason I never did it on stage, and because I opened for a clean act a lot of the times, is because it does have a couple of political references. And he was like, no, don't do any political reference. And I, if I do a political reference, Greg, I always go middle of the road. Okay. Mm-hmm. I don't want to be affiliated either way because
Right.
why would anyone want to, isolate a potential ticket buyer or a potential customer or a potential audience? Why would you want to make anybody angry at a comedy club? But even though it's middle of the road, he said, no. So I never did it. And it kind of missed its window because it was about new technology.
Okay.
So anyway, I just want to get it out there. And like I said, I got a show in December. I'll be headlining this club, and I'm going to be doing a lot of my own stuff.
Okay.
I'll be able to get this on tape, and we'll be able to get a look at it. But here it is. Anybody? You guys know anything about artificial intelligence? Yeah, it's a big deal now. Now, I'm not very tech savvy. The best way I know how to explain it is it's a supercomputer that's learning at an exponential rate. And about 6 months ago, remember, this is 2 years old. About 6 months ago, this supercomputer started creating original art. You get that? It's a computer creating original art. Now, I have a friend who talks to one of these things. He calls it AI. He goes, artificial intelligence. He talks to it. And he asked this AI to draw a picture of me as a Pixar character. Pixar, Toy Story, Finding Nemo, The Incredibles. Okay. It did it in seconds. In seconds, it did it. But here's the thing. It drew me fat. And the first thing I thought when I saw this picture of me as a fat Pixar character is, man, I got to stop tweeting about food. Because if you follow me on social media, that's all I'm tweeting about. I'm posting about how I love my double cheeseburger addiction, how I hate exercise, my philosophy on buffets. So my buddy asked this thing to draw a picture of me, and it went out there on the web, saw my entire internet footprint in milliseconds, and decided this guy's got to be fat.
Oh my God! Wow.
Yeah. Because that's literally what it did. It went out and saw. I mean, that's just So it's quite amazing. Oh, by the way, for those listening or rather watching this podcast on Spotify or on YouTube, I'm going to put up a picture of the
nice
of the image so they can see it. Anyway, the thing about this computer, this AI, Greg, is it doesn't just do cartoons. This thing can create an image that's indistinguishable from a real photograph. You can't tell. It's very difficult to tell. It's not a real photograph. My buddy told this thing to draw a French, not draw, but to render a French bulldog on a skateboard going down Venice Beach. It didn't go out and find this picture. It rendered this picture out of thin air, and it looks like a photograph.
Jesus.
And it's impossible to tell. It's not a photograph. Do you see the dangers in this technology? Let me say, yeah. You see the dangers in this technology? I mean, especially if it's in the hands of somebody with a very, very wide reach. It could influence opinions, public opinions. You'll be scrolling through the internet, and here comes a picture of Donald Trump lifting a car off a baby, and then suddenly people are going, maybe I misjudged him, Or you scroll a little further, and then there's a picture of Joe Biden winning a spelling bee, and you're like, oh, maybe he really is focused.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe he really is focused. It can change the potential outcome of an election, this technology. But you want to know what the most disturbing thing to me is about this technology? It thinks I'm fat.
Okay. That's hysterical.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the
Do you see how I missed my window, bro? Do you see how I missed?
But you know what though, Vinny? AI is really in the news a lot still.
Yeah. Yeah.
You could. I mean, it's not. It's not like we've gotten rid of it. I think that's still viable to do that.
Yeah, I've been itching to do it, and I had several opportunities. But I just told if I come up with something new, I gotta let the guy open before I go. Here's the bet, and here's where it's going. And no political. But you see how I just went middle of the road. I did not pick a side.
Yeah. So when you get to do your own show, you're probably gonna go nuts with it,
Yeah.
Okay. So what I was thinking when you did, I think that's really funny.
Thanks.
What I was thinking of was it went through all your tweets and determined that you must be fat.
Right.
So you better start changing your tweets.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Having a big dick is not as easy as it sounds. I go right for the smut.
Yeah, you go. Hey, that's all right.
I go. Just hashtag huge cock. I mean, make it like the show you can't do with this guy.
Yeah.
Hashtag huge cock. My life as a porn star. I'm trying to keep it hidden from my kids. I mean, everything is just you being,
I gotta change my internet footprint. How do I do that?
I gotta start tweeting about it. AI knows.
AI knows me too well. Yeah.
It thinks I'm fat. Maybe you could do something where I remember when I was in Mr. Universe contest, boom, tweet. Like in one day, you've got 150 tweets about how your huge dick and what a great shape you're in.
Yeah,
and,
right.
Ladies, FYI, ladies, I'm married. Please stop bothering me.
Yeah.
I mean, things like that would just make it seem like you're totally different. This thing thinks you are, which is basically fat.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Fat.
Yeah.
It's funny that I like that a lot. I think that's really smart.
Thanks. That's very interesting, and that's very funny. It's like, hey man, I could act like I don't like that it knows me this well. I don't like that, or even if it doesn't know me this well, that it assumed this about me based on my tweets.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start changing things up. I'm gonna, hey, hashtag giant cock.
Hashtag giant cock.
Yeah. Back in my day when I was a porn star, I remember we had the blah 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 blah.
Yeah. Right. Things like that, you being a stud. Just had a nice kale salad or whatever. Like just dynamic. Change the dynamic of what this AI is going to be reading about you, and then give it a few months, and then call your friend and go, "Hey, could you do that thing again?"
Yeah. Oh man.
See what comes up.
Make him draw it again. Wait a few months. Yeah.
Like you sent out hundreds of tweets about your huge cock, your great diet,
my porn star, my past. Right,
yeah, trying to hide my porn star past from my kids is not easy.
My Swedish bank account, my bank account in the Bahamas.
Right. I can't tell too many people how rich I am. They're gonna want my money.
Yep.
Like you changed the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then you say, hey, could you do another one of those things again for me?
Yeah, draw the picture again. That's great. Yeah. See, that's a good way to wrap it up.
But then what does the picture come out as?
Yeah.
Are you still fat?
Yeah.
Or is it something turns out I'm black? I mean, turns out I'm black. I mean,
now the picture doesn't even look like me.
Doesn't even.
Turns out. What does it look like now? That's great. See, because I can actually do the bit like I read it to you, and then after. But you want to know what the most disturbing thing about this technology is? It thinks I'm fat, and then go into. So I got to switch some shit up, man. I'm going to start changing I got to start changing my tweets. I'm not going to let this thing decide what I am.
Yeah, like you've actually let it get under your skin now.
Yeah. I'm not going to let this thing decide what I am. Right. Yeah, that's great, Greg.
Okay, that's a really good idea because you did get your window. I mean, because the AI thing, people are talking about it all the time.
Yeah, but you want to know something, man? When I remember when my buddy called me, and he goes, he was telling me about I forgot why he was telling me about it, but he was telling me about this AI blah blah blah, and then he goes, hey man, this thing about 6 months ago, and this is like almost 2 years ago. He goes, this thing about 6 months ago started creating original art. And it might be even longer than 2 years ago. And I went, what? A computer's creating original art? He goes, yeah, man. He goes, get ready for things to get weird quick. He goes, things are going to get weird. You're not going to know what's real and what's not real. And I started thinking about that. And then he just sent me that picture. And I'm like, dude, that's me. He goes, yeah, I just asked it to draw a picture of you as a Pixar character.
Oh,
like,
wow.
But I'm like, but why am I fat?
That's all. The world's coming to an end, but video cares if they think he's fat.
That's right. I just don't want this computer to think I'm fat. I mean, hey, I'm overweight, but this thing drew me, whatever. Dude, that's great. Dude, that's great. See, I love that I have somewhere else to go with it. Like you said earlier, man, if you can just get a bit and make it keep going. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Why not?
You know, if you find there's more life to it than you realized.
Exactly. Thanks, Greg.
Sure, man. Thank you.
So, by the way, Danny's coming back to the podcast. He recorded the bit, the name bit. He put it on tape. He's got a video of it. So, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who have seen the previous podcast with a guest, Danny Johnson, he will be bringing that back to the podcast. We will get a look at it, flying or dying. I don't yet know which way it went. I just know that he does have a tape. So,
okay, good.
So yeah, stick with us. We're gonna get you these tapes, whether they're recordings, whether they're video, or whether they're audio. Greg and I have made a promise to you, and we will keep it. Right, Greg?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Great time. Real quick, Greg, let them know how to get in touch with you or how to find you on the online.
The website is gregvac.com. Most of my handles are going to be at Huge Big Shot.
Huge Big Shot.
Instagram and Twitter or Greg Vac Huge Big Shot, depending on the. So that's it. If you just
the best way to get in touch with me, ladies and gentlemen, is just go to my website. You can find all my social media and everything at Vinnie.com, VINNIE.com. And for those of you who are listening, who have maybe suggestions for the bits that Greg and I are bouncing back and forth with each other, email us at newbitspodcast@gmail.com. We'd love to hear your suggestions, and we might even take those to the stage too.
Yeah. We're not
work, Greg. What'd you say?
We're not proud. If somebody has a great joke for us, we'll do it.
No, man. Hey, if it's funny, it's funny. You know, and if they, if they got the funny, I'm willing to give it a shot.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Great job, buddy.
You too, Vinny.
We'll see you next week, my friend. I'll see you online.
All right. Absolutely. Cool.
All right, man.
Take care, everybody.